Okay, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you are, and please tell us a story. And thank you both for getting up so early.
Thank you, Eric. Morning.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Nagarajan, and storytelling is my passion. So I do thank Eric giving me this opportunity to face all of you all in the front row and talk to you face to face. So otherwise, we would have had to work on visas, traffic jams, getting the right parking lot to reach the front row. So I really thank Eric for giving this opportunity and making this event such a success in this pandemic situation. Okay, and I've been chasing Eric for a year, and he's given me this opportunity to do a story session in front of you all. And I work in IT, and my passion is storytelling for children. Okay, this is the first time I'm talking to elder people. I hope you all accept me as a storyteller. So this is my own story. I've written. It's mixed. It's a mix of myth and fiction. Okay, and it's called Drums of Heaven. Okay, I'll tell a little talk about Hindu god Shiva. So Shiva is known as uh, another name for Shiva is Nataraja. He's also known as the god of destroyer, but he's actually not the god of destroyer. He's destroyer of evil. So people think that he's a evil god, but he's a destroyer of evil. And Shiva lives in the Himalayas. It's known that Shiva is living in the Himalayas, and he's also known as the god of dance, Nataraja. Okay, Nata means dance, and Raja means king. So I made the story so that he's brought in as the god of dance, music, and drumming as well. So he has a drum in one of his hands. I can show you that image so that you'll better understand. One second.
Do you want to do a screen share?
Yeah, just no. I just show my background. That's it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, do you see that? So this is Shiva, the side. So he's in the dancing pose, and one of his fingers, if you see, there's a small drum. Okay, and this is the meditating Shiva. Okay, so he has a third eye as well, which he doesn't open. And whenever there's a problem, he opens it, and if he opens it, whatever's front of it will just burn down. Okay, so going down to the story. So this the story. The title of the story is Drums of Heaven. Shiva used to visit different places in disguise, of course, in disguise, looking at how people are. Are they happy? Are they living happily? Do they have any worries? My disciples very happy and all that. So this happened in the foothills of Himalayas on the border of India and China. Okay, and there was a small restaurant, just like as you see in the Kung Fu Panda. We have a small restaurant called Lovely Po. This owner is Lovely Po. So he owns the restaurant. So Shiva wanted to check how the people are they happy? And he went, visited their restaurant and he wanted to have some food. Okay. So he sat in the corner and he called for the waiter, hey, come here. So the waiter came down and he said, what do you have for breakfast? Then the waiter welcomed him, Master, welcome to Lovely Po restaurant. I have Manchurian, I have Szechuan, he went on up reading down the items in the menu. Okay, Shiva was amazed. Then he said, okay, just give me the menu card. I'll just read it and then come back to you. Then Shiva was going through the line items when something struck him. He said, what is this? Okay, I'll order this for me. Get me a plate of drums of heaven. Okay. So he was happy, right? People are using his name. He's the drummer of heaven, and they used his name, drums of heaven. Okay, good. So get me that plate. Then he waited alone, aloof in the corner, and he was observing all the people. How are they? Are they conversive? Are they happy? He was looking at all the tables. After 5 minutes, the waiter came and he served him the plate. Shiva, what is this? He asked. He said, this is drums of heaven. He saw that. What is this? Sir, we get the chicken thighs, we roast it and give it to you as drums of heaven. What? chicken thighs, many chickens. I am Lord Shiva. He opened his shawl and he showed his full form. He said, I am the Lord Shiva, Lord of dance, and you're naming this as drums of heaven. How dare you? And in a fit of rage, he opened his third eye. Okay. He opened his third eye and full restaurant got burned down. And he went away. So all the villagers got together. They're really shocked. Okay, what happened? What happened? Then they started praying. They started doing penance, and they started talking to each other, thinking what to do. And after continuous prayers, Shiva appeared before them. Okay, he said, "Yes, my disciples, what can I do for you?" Oh Shiva, this restaurant run by this lean Chinese young man called Loli Po. This is very good food. He was serving very good food. The children loved the food. The aroma was very good. It was very healthy, right? And all the people uh, visited the place. Okay, we'd like to revive this restaurant. Why did you destroy it? Okay, this is not fair, Shiva. We want it back. Then Shiva said, okay, okay, I will restore it back. Don't worry. And he brought back everything alive. Okay, he brought back the restaurant, right? And people are happy. The children are happy. They said, okay, we can go have our own favorite food again. And he said, okay, from now on, Shiva said, from now on, delete that name of that particular dish. It shouldn't be called drums of heaven. It should be called lollipop chicken. Okay, the restaurant owner's name is Lollipop. So he said, okay, let's call this lollipop chicken. And he disappeared from the place. Until now, if you go to a restaurant, if you see that item, drums of heaven, I would request you call the owner, tell him, hey, this is not, shouldn't be drums of heaven. Please rename it to lollipop chicken. It is after the great restaurant owner, Lollipop, in the border of India and China. Thank you. That's the end of the story.
Okay, thank you. So, but now, why was Shiva so upset that that dish was called drums of heaven?
It's named after a puny chicken. Okay, chicken's legs. Okay, a chicken is chopped, its legs are used, and he's a vegetarian god. Okay.
Oh.
I cannot prove that he's vegetarian, but Hindu gods are normally vegetarian, right? So he was not happy to see that. Maybe some of the Hindu fanatics might not agree with me, but he was not happy to see his name being used for a puny chicken's leg, right? So he said, no, this shouldn't be called drums of heaven. I am the drummer of heaven. I am the dancer of the universe. I am the cosmic dancer. How dare you call this dish after me, saying it's drums of heaven? Remove that and name it lollipop chicken.
Okay.
So the Shiva part is full mythology, okay? And this lollipop chicken, if you go to any Chinese restaurant, you would see this dish. It's called the lollipop chicken, or it's called drums of heaven. And if you can Wikipedia it, it's made out of the thighs of the chicken, okay? And
yes.
So I just merged these two. It just struck me, and I just presented it to you. This is my own story. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, I know that dish, and you know, I always thought it was named after the candy lollipop.
Okay.
But according to your story, it's named after the Chinese lollipop.
Lollipop, yeah.
Okay.
So you can call this as a healing aspect as well, as Shiva forgave everybody and he brought back the restaurant alive. Okay.
Yes, Shiva is known as sometimes having a short temper.
Yeah, he's very much known as having a short temper, and yeah, I just changed my background.
Okay, very good.
So
But
here's
he's also able to restore things.
Yeah, he has the power to restore things based on your penance, based on how many years you meditate, you pray to him, and what is your goal. He has to give it, be it good or bad. He just has to grant the wish. So there are many cases where the demons also prayed, right? And they got a wish. The devils also got the wish. and he had to come back in another form or give boon to somebody, some other lord or god, and that person had to take another form and come and destroy this demon. So there are different stories, mythical stories about that. So here I have just presented to you a picture I got of Lollipop, the restaurant owner. Here's the Chinese menu behind me, right? And here's the chicken lollipop and some images of Chinese restaurant. Yeah, to make it more visible. Yeah.
I think it's great the way you could adapted the two stories together and made up like created a justification for it that made perfect sense, right?
Yep.
You know, this god is angry, he's a vegetarian, he doesn't like the inference, and then also, but you also gave credit to this person who's a very low person, but that's how we got it. So now you've raised somebody up high and you appeased to God all in the one story. That is terrific.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love adaptations because it really requires a very creative mind to merge things and
Yes.
make them make sense rather than much,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yes, and bring it out to a happy ending. So that's a whole crunch event. Yeah.
If I do ever go to a Chinese restaurant and see that, though, I'll never look at it the same way again. So you've actually changed a paradigm, right?
Yes.
I don't see something the same way. So
Yes.
that's great.
So yeah, I named him Lollipop. See, the owner of this is Lollipop. When I just wanted to make you all guess whether what was the ending, right? I'm sure most of you wouldn't have been able to guess it. So I thought I'll reveal it. Okay, so I just said, okay, Lollipop. Let's call the ending. He renamed the chicken to what? Okay, could any of you all guess? Then maybe you would have come back with some name like what you said, right? You would have seen it in the Chinese menu. But some of you wouldn't have seen it. And I know there are a lot of vegetarians in this session as well. So, yeah.
So at the beginning of the story, Shiva is setting out to see how his people are doing, if they're happy. But then he becomes unhappy with something that they're doing, and but then he sets things, he fixes things finally.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
Great. Okay,